Hi everyone, very good morning and good evening. So we'll start the session, I guess. Just a minute before starting session, let me share my screen. Okay, so good. Mm. In the last session, so what we have done, just we saw that how to load the data, right? Load the data to the table using user interface option, right? What we have done, let me log in into our account. I will see that. So here we created a database first, right? Class database. After that, we have created a table by using this load table option. So we have loaded the data to the table, right? So in this process, we can able to load the data quickly to the table, but there is a limitation, right? File size limitation. If it is greater than 200 MB file, you cannot able to process it, right? Now let's assume that if you wanted to process huge volume of the files, huge file size greater than this size, then what is the approach? Previously, in the backend, when you are implemented load table option, what it has done when you are using load table option, so it has copied the data from file to the stage area, then from stage to the table. This is what it has done. File to stage, we will keep the data first. Once the data came to the stage, then stage to the table. This is the process. So what we have done. Same thing. So when you wanted to work with huge volume of the files also, we can able to do that. But only the thing is, we need to work with Snow CLI or Snow SQL. We will come to that. But before that, what is the approach? The file, whatever the file we are going to load, that file should be available in the stage area. Then only we can implement a copy command from the stage to the table. When you try to implement this, so here we have different types of stages. So there are three different types of stages. One is user stage, another one is table stage, another one is named stage. These are the three different types of stages which it is available in Snowflake. This is your interview question as well as certification question also. When it is coming to user stage, table stages, these are automatically it will be created. No need to do any manual process. It means no need to create it. By default, these two will be created. One is user stage, another one is table stage. User stage, it is going to represented with @ symbol. Table stage represented with @table name. And named stage is @stage name. Right. Now in this process, user stage, table stage by default it will be available. When we will go one by one. Today we will concentrate on user stage. There is a specific requirement for the every stage. Whenever user is available, user stage will be created. User means, let's assume we are all working under one project. Every person will have user ID and password to log in into their account, right? For example, let's say you have everyone is having Gmail IDs. Gmail.com is your account. Snowflake account. Every person is having their own email and then more password, right? That is the users. Every user is having, you will have your own email ID and then password. I am having my own email ID and then password. I am one user, you are one user, right? Whenever user is available, the same way here also, when you logged into this particular account, I logged in with Snowflake 8 user here, Snowflake 8 user. And when you are trying to log into this account, everyone will have a user, right? One account, under this account you may have n number of users. Every user will have a different ID and password in the project also. And every user, when they created, every user will have a user stage area. Here when it is coming to the user stage, right, user stage, it's represented with @ tilt symbol. This is by default, no need to create. And we will have user level restriction. Try to understand this carefully. It means one user file cannot be accessed by other users. For example, you have a Gmail account. Whatever the documents you are going to keep it in your drive, it will not be accessed by me, right? I am also having a Gmail account, but I cannot access your details. You will also having Gmail account, but you cannot able to access my details, right? Gmail.com is same. That is the account, right? Assume that. Now users, every person will have a user ID and password, right? In this case, every user is restricted to other user files, right? Same way, when you keep some files to other account, one stage, it cannot be accessed by other users. That is a restriction of user level restriction. Now, when we are implementing this process, now our requirement is, you can see some files here, right? The file, whatever you are seeing here, these files, any one of the files, we wanted to load these to specific tables. Specific table. I wanted to load one file into the specific table. If you wanted to load that file, you need to keep that in a stage area first. Once you keep the file into the stage, then only you can load that file stage data to the specific table. Otherwise it is not possible to load. It means the file what you are seeing here, employee1 file, has to be loaded into stage area, that is user stage area. The file here, the file name is employee file. It has to load it to user stages @ tilt. Once the file is available here, the file is available in the stage, then you can load this file to the table by using copy command. This is the approach, guys. Next 2 to 3 sessions, we are going to do the same thing, but with a different stages, and then we will see different approaches. Now, our requirement is this employee file. First, we need to load into the stage area. Why we need to keep that in the stage area? This is user stage. Without loading the file into the stage, you cannot process directly that file to the table. It is not possible to load. That is a restriction here. To load that, first we need to keep that file into stage. From the stage to the table. This is the process. Now, when you are implementing this, sorry guys, when you are implementing this, to keep the file into the stage area, we have to use put command. Put command we will use to upload the file. Upload the file. Put command we will use. And when we are using a put command to upload the file, this put command will not work in user interface. UI, in UI, put will not work. Then how to handle that? We will see that. Now, first, to implement the data loading activity to the table, we need to load that file to the stage. That is a user stage. Now, to do that, now observe the steps. What are the steps we need to perform? Let's say, see this. If you wanted to load the file to the table, you should have a table structure. So that we will create a table. Once you create the table, then we will load the file to the stage area. Once it is done, then we will load the into the stage to the table. This is the process. Now, when you are trying to implement, now observe this. What we are going to do? First, we will create a table structure. Already, this particular one connected to class and public schema, class database public schema. So, no need to connect it again. No need to mention it again. If you mention also, that is fine. Okay, then it will execute it. If it is not connected to this database and specific schema, where we need to create a table, then only you need to mention schema name and then database name. Otherwise, it is not required. Now we are creating a new table with emp underscore user, because we will understand that this particular implementation, we are doing it for the user stage area. Okay, that's why table name extension with emp underscore user. And these are the column names, data types. If you observe the file which it is available here, employee file, this is a CSV file. This is the file which you are trying to load. To load this particular thing, we are using, we need to create a table structure. According to that, we are creating a table structure here. See this, create table, column names, data types, column names, data types. Now let's create a table. Now the table is created. Now, once the table is available, then what is the next step? We will load the file into the stage. Which stage it is? User stage. Did you need to create a user stage? It will be created automatically. Now, Snowflake 8, when we logged in, I logged in with Snowflake 8. That is a user. Every user will have a stage. To see that stage, I will use list at the rate tilde symbol to see the stage name. See this, list at the rate tilde. Then what you can able to see? You can able to see that stage name. See this, the stage area, list at the rate tilde symbol. You can able to see the stage area. Here you can able to see like a name, size of the file, and then MD5 function last modified. This nothing is there, but it means file is not available, but stage is there. Stage is available. Now what we need to do? We need to keep the file. Which file we need to process? That particular file we wanted to upload into this particular stage. To do that, what you are going to do? We are going to use a put command. We have to use put command. Put command we will use to upload the file into the stage area. Let's modify this put command according to our requirement. Observe this. Put, this is the path of the file where the file is available, and this is the stage name. Which stage you need to upload this particular file from this particular path. Now, to pick the path of the file, now one more thing here. When you are practicing, guys, You can download the same files into your system, and when you are keeping these files, don't keep these files in a download directory. And along with that, when you are utilizing these files, the path should not have any spaces. You can create a separate directory and then you can keep it here. See this, if I wanted to pick this particular path, select the file, hold your shift button, right click, you will get copy as a path. Now you got copy as a path, then path will be copied. Now see this is the path of the file. Here if you see, for example, instead of underscore, if you have space like this, path will not be accepted. That's why path should not have any spaces. And then it should not have, when the name also, it should not have any spaces. Now this is the path where the file is available. Now change this path here. No need of double quotes. This is the path where our file is available. Now the meaning of this command is, it will pick the file from this particular path and then it will keep the file. It will put the file into this stage area. At the rate tilt is user stage. At the rate tilt is user stage. Now if you want to keep the file into this user stage area, we need to run this put command. When you are running this put command will not work in user interface. What you are seeing here is user interface. If you try to run a put command, observe this, what will happen. Run it here, observe this, what happened here. It is telling that unsupported. See this, unsupported future. This is unsupported future, right? So this one will not work in user interface. To run this, we need to connect to command line interface. Now your SnowSQL command line interface came into the picture, because put command along with that get command both will not work in user interface. One is put command, another one is get. Put and get, sorry, put and get both will not work in UI. Then how to handle it? There is a restriction. So to implement this, we need to connect to CLI, command line interface. When you are connecting to command line interface, right, you need to install SnowSQL, SnowSQL, or we will call it as a Snow CLI. Don't get confused. All or nothing but a we are going to implement it using command line interface. Now let's observe what exactly we are going to do. It's very simple. If you wanted to download a CLI, see this, come here, scroll down. If I click on this, client download, see this one, client download. Click on that. It will take you to the documentation. Here, click on this download, SnowSQL download. Click on that. You will get this path to download your CLI. See this, for Windows, Macs, and then Linux, right? Here, just click on it. When you click on that, it will be downloaded. I will send this link in the chat window also. This is the link to download your command line interface. Now it's once it is downloaded, you can able to install that. Just you need to double click on that. That's it. Automatically it will be installed. Let me check. See this one. Just double click. Just click on next. Here already I have installed in my system. That's why it is asking to repair. Let's click on that. It will not ask any like a configuration, guys. Just click, double click. That's it. Okay. So when you click on that, it will be installed. You can able to see that here. See this. Once it is installed, you can able to see that window. Click on finish setup. That's it. Your command line interface has been installed. Your Snow SQL is installed. Now to work with Snow SQL, whatever the thing we are going to write the queries here, right? The same thing we can do it in our CLI also. Just to go to command prompt. Here, give, if you wanted to connect to that, just type Snow SQL space -a space your account details. Account details are, if you wanted to get the account details, what you need to do is go here, click on this, you will get account here, click on this one. This is the URL. Copy this URL. This is your account details. See this one. Normal your account details are different. This account details are different. Now this is our login account details. This is also the same thing, account details, but you will get your name, your account details name, and then region. From here to here is your account details. Before snowflake.computing is the right dot snowflake computing. Whatever is there, you need to copy till here. Then it will be considered as your account details. Copy it. Snow SQL space -a space, right click, account details. Here, don't give semicolon. Just hit enter button. Observe this. When you use this, it will give you some log error notifications here. Ignore it. Don't worry about it. Some of your systems you will get this. Ignore this log error notification, and it is asking the username. Username is when you created account, this is the username Snowflake 8. And then password you need to type. After giving the username, just I have entered. Next, it is a password. When I am typing password, I am typing the password now, but you cannot able to see any cursor movement. It won't show us whether you are typing or not. Just type your password correctly and then hit enter button. Now see this. It is connected to Snowflake 8 user. Compute warehouse by default it is connected. And it is telling that there is no database, there is no schema. Right? Now here, let's come to this. When you wanted to work with a new worksheet, let's say here, when I click on the new worksheet, see this, you need to select a database, you need to select a schema, right? Same thing here also it is asking. Give me the database name, give me the schema name. Here, in user interface, we have a shortcuts, guys. But here, we don't have any shortcuts. We need to, sorry, we need to write commands completely. Now to connect it to the database, use, it will give you the suggestions, database space database name. Here we require a semicolon. Use database name we have given. Now it is connected to class database public schema. Clear, right? Class database, and then it is connected to public schema. Now here, if you wanted to execute any queries, for example, I wanted to see all the tables, show tables, it will give you all the list of the tables. Show databases, it will give you list of all the databases, right? If I wanted to see the table, so select star from emp, what are the tables it is available. See this, it's completely SQL queries what you are going to write, but you need to write it in a commands. Why we connected to this CLI? Why we connected to command prompt? The reason is this put command is not allowing to execute in user interface. That is the main reason. To execute this command, observe this. Copy this command completely. Come here, right click. Now what happened? Now the file it will be uploaded into this particular stage area. See this? Uploaded. Now see this. By default, compression of Snowflake compression is zip file format, gzip compression. And you can able to see it's compressed into the zip. And if you see list at the rate tilt symbol, here we have loaded the file. See this? File is loaded. And then you can able to see MD5 function. We will come to that. What is this MD5 function? You can able to see the timestamp. Now this file in this particular stage, it is occupied, so 144 KB size, right? And at the same time, see this here, before that, if you see this list at the rate stage name, we didn't see anything here. Now if you run the command here, or if you run the command here, both are similar. There is no difference. See this? Now list at the rate stage name, what you observed? Same thing. File is available. Okay. File is available now where? In the user stage area. Now what we need to do? Sorry guys. Table created, loaded the file into the stage area. What is the next step? We need to copy the data from stage to the table. Clear? To load the data from this stage to the table, we need to execute a copy command. Now first concentrate on only first these two lines. Remaining things we are going to discuss. Now here, see this, copy into table from at the rate tilt symbol. Same command what it has executed in the previously, in the previous execution, same command. So we are doing the same thing here by avoiding all unnecessary things. We are simplifying the copy command here. Copy into table from at the rate stage name. This is user stage. At the rate tilt symbol is a user stage. And then we are defining file format. And then skip header 1. Field delimiter is, this is optional. Field delimiter is optionally enclosed by double quotes, means it is going to pick if any additional special characters is there in that particular field, it will consider as a single column. That's why we will use it. Otherwise, see this, copy into table from stage name. We are specifying file format CSV skip header equal to 1, so that it will skip the header from the file. This file is having header, right? It will skip the header, and then it will consider this file as a CSV format. And delimiter we are not mentioning here as a comma, because by default delimiter is comma separated file, right? That's why we are not specifying. Remember this question, what is the default delimiter in Snowflake is comma separate delimiter. Default file format in Snowflake is CSV file format. Clear? Now let's come and execute this. Observe this, what is happening here. file picked, it is loaded where? To this particular table. How many rows parsed? Parsed means how many rows picked from the file? 4 rows. Loaded 4. How many rows is loaded? 4. Now let's check the data here. What is the table name? This is the table name. Observe the data here. You can see the data, right? You can see the data here, right? The data has been loaded. Okay, fine. The data has been loaded here. Now, one time it is loaded, right? Observe this property of the Snowflake now. I am trying to load. Now it is loaded to the table. Once the file is loaded to the table, still the file will be available in the same stage. If you wanted to go to previous command, just press up arrow, right? See this. Again the file is available here. Even though it is loaded, file is not removed from a file. Till how many days it will be? 14 days. After that 14 days, beyond files will be removed by default directly from the stage area. Okay. Now observe observe this here. Same file, it is available already. We are trying to load same file one more time into the same table. See this. Again, if I execute the same command, I can execute the copy command here or here. Both are similar. In CLI, only we will additional things we can do is two things. One is put command and get command. Okay. Other than that, remaining everything can be done by using user interface. Now observe this one here. We are trying to implement copy command one more time. Execute it. What happened? See the error, see the warn message. It's not error. See the message. What it is telling? Copy executed, 0 files processed. It means copy command successfully executed, but file is not processed. Now let's try to execute the same command here in the CLI. See this. To execute that we let me copy this. Come here, right click. Observe this, what will happen? Here also the same thing. Why it is not allowing is Snowflake will recognize once the file is loaded, it will maintain metadata information with the identification of MD5 function. It's a hexadecimal number. It will be generated with this particular number. It will identify along with the structure. Yes, I have loaded this particular file. If you try to load the same file, it will not allow you to load same file one more time into the table. That's why it is giving this execution of the command, right? Okay, see this, it is not allowing. Now let's come to this here. So this is not working, right? Okay, now what we need to do? What is the main intention of, if you wanted to load forcefully, yes, we can do that, but we will see that in the coming session. What is the main intention we are doing here? We are doing with implementation of user stage area, right? User stage area. When it is coming to this user stage area, what is the restriction? User stage area it will not allow other user to use this particular files which it is available here. See this, still the file is available here, right? For this understanding, for this implementation understanding, what I will do is I will create a new user and then try to see this file, whether the file is available or not. For any confidential files, we need to process it. Then we will come to this particular implementation, user stage implementation. Now let's come to this. Here, what I will do is for our implementation purpose, I will quickly create a new user here. I am creating a new user called test. I will give the password, confirm password. Then I don't want her to force it. Login name also let it be test, and then role let it be account admin, warehouse let it be, and create a user. Now see this, within the same account we are creating a new user. Previous user is Snowflake 8. Now I am creating new user. What I will do is I will log out from this particular account. I will log in with this test user. Let's observe this. I logged out it and I am trying to log in with the same thing. Snowflake 8. Sorry, test user, right? Test user. Sorry, guys. Test and then password. Now let me open a worksheet for this particular test user and come to the database. Account admin compute warehouse database is there. Sorry, I can able to see the same tables. Now we can see the table data also, right? See this, and here also I can see the data, right? I have access, but observe this list at the rate tilde symbol. This is related to user stage, right? Now if I observe the user stage file, see this, can I able to see the file here? No, right? We cannot see the files here. The reason behind this is this user is different credential, the Snowflake 8 user is different credential, both users are different, but they can able to access the data from the tables. But this is the restriction, one user files cannot able to accessed by other users. Clear? See this, you cannot able to see. Let me log out from this test user and then log in with our original user, Snowflake 8 user. Observe this. Now open the worksheet. See this list at the rate tilde symbol. Let's run this. Now you can see the file. What you observed here, the file which you are trying to place it in user stage, it will not be utilized by other users. That is the main restriction of user stage. For the any confidential file processing, you are going to implement this. Is it clear? Right? Okay. Now what we have done here today, we saw that how to utilize the user stage area, right? By utilizing user stage area, how to load the data to the table, right? And we understand that put command will not work in user interface. This put command will not work in user interface, and also get also we will see that. And to avoid that, for this restriction, we have command line interface, that is SnowSQL. To connect to SnowSQL, what we have done, we have installed Snow CLI. After that, what we have done, we executed SnowSQL minus a space minus account details, right? So once it is done, after that, what we have done, we have given the username and then password. Then we connected to use database name. Then we have used put command. When you use put command, it will, and observe this one more time. If I try to execute, if you wanted to copy the command, just execute it, just copy it and then right click. See this, I am trying to upload same file one more time into the table. What happened now? See this here, what happened? Skipped, right? It has been skipped because the reason behind that is same file, it won't allow you to upload one more time into the table. The same way how it is not like loading the data into the table, right? Same way, so this one also, it won't upload the file into the table, sorry, into the stage area. Same file, if I try to upload, it is telling that the file is skipped, right? Here what we have done, we have loaded only one file. Once the file is available here, then we can run the copy command. Copy into, always this is the three-step process. File we need to upload into the stage area. From the stage area, you need to implement a copy command to load the data into the table. This is the process for user stage, for table stage, for named stage. For all these stages also the same process, but when you are implementing this, we will see the different approaches. Now we have uploaded only one file here in this particular session. In the coming sessions, we will see how to upload multiple files, how to process a different file, in the multiple files how to pick a single file, and then how to check valid file, invalid files, and how to ignore invalid rows. All those things also we will see one by one. Now we connected to CLI here, right? If you wanted to come out from the CLI, just type quit, then it will come out from the CLI, then exit. That's it. Okay, so what you have to do is same thing what we have implemented today, right? Same thing you can try to implement in your trial account. So by installing command line interface. Okay, so why we are coming to this approach? Suppose if your file is greater than 200 MB, then it will not, we cannot use load table option. For that, we have to use put command option by using a CLI. That's why we are doing this. Clear? Sorry guys. Now let's come to the questions. I can see one question here. If you connect to one schema, can we create a table into other schema by monitoring the database name? And then yes, we can able to do that, possible. Just we need to give database name and then like schema name. That's it. You can able to do that. That is possible. Any other questions? When you are practicing, right? If you get any questions, please note it down separately, and then in the coming sessions also we can discuss those questions. Okay, it's not like that. That's a question. All the questions you have to ask in today's session itself, right? So when you are practicing, then only you will get like a number of questions. So please note it down. I would like to talk personally. Shall I call you after the class? Sure, Shashi. Please call me. Yeah, you can reach out the organizer, so they give you a conference call. Any other questions here?
Sir, is there any specific reason the Snowflake is not providing any option for
Which
put and get? Yeah, for put
Ah,
and
put and gap,
get
there is a
command in the
restriction of,
UI.
yeah, coming to that. In the CLI, if you are loading multiple files, so then huge volume of the file, so the cost, like mainly the kind of like controlling the costing. That's the main intention behind it is not giving the access. We will come to that when you are discussing about the virtual warehouses, right? You will came
Okay.
to know. So what exactly is happening here? If you observe, this is the virtual warehouse guys for us. Here, if you see extra small size we are utilizing. When
Yes.
you increase the size of this virtual warehouse, right, it will be extra
Mm.
small to 4x large. We used to call this as a t-shirt sizes. When the size is increased, the costing will be increased. The credits utilization, so we are going to pay to the Snowflake will increase. Okay, that's why. So this is restricted here.
Okay.
Okay.
So how the way for the put command from copy the data from any cloud storage?
Yeah, through FTP implementation, we are using put means that is nothing but a file transfer protocol implementation. So it is
Yes.
not utilizing any warehouses, and all the files you are not loading directly to the table. You are
Mhm.
keeping in the stage area.
Yes.
From there, you will validate the file. You will process only valid files. There, you will clean up activities you will do, and then you will do some kind of like avoiding unnecessary files. These kind of implementation you can perform here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, prerequisites are must and should. You should have a SQL, guys, the database knowledge. So you should have at least you have to understand what is we are writing here SQL script. So database knowledge is must. Okay, SQL. If any one of you required like SQL videos, right? So we have 3 recorded sessions which it is available with the organizer. You can request them. They will provide recorded videos. Okay. Put- Yes, SQL is more than enough, Shashi. Yeah, small correction here. Sunil. Yeah, small corrections in here. Put command will not work in user interface. This is user interface UI. What you are seeing here, we will call it as a user interface. The command line CMD command prompt, we saw that, right? That is CLI. That we will call it as a Snow SQL. When you are writing any query, we will commonly call it as a Snow SQL. Here, whatever the queries we are writing, all these are the SQL queries only. We will use to call it as a Snow SQL. Okay, don't get confused here. So put command we are writing in a CLI. That is nothing but command line interface. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions?
Sir, the variety of put command and get command will be available in the documentation, right?
Yes, yes. Only one
Okay.
thing only. Put and get. That's it. Put is to upload. Get is to download. That's it.
Download. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. See. You can go to the documentation if you wanted to see the,
Mhm.
go to documentation. You wanted to see the example of a put command, for example, just give put.
Okay.
See this, right? You
Okay.
will get the
All right.
example.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
how to
Okay.
use
Okay.
the put.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same way get also.
Okay.
See this.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. No, no, Sunil. Only we have to use put command only to upload the files. We cannot use any other command if it is external stages, right? Like when you are working with cloud locations like AWS or Azure or GCP, then directly we can create a integration object. We can do the connectivity by using external stage, by using a named stage. There no need of put command. Directly if you like create a stage with the URL, directly it will upload it if it is more than this particular size. Most of the time we are going to use that option only. Okay, by using a named stage, that we will see that in the coming sessions.
So this put command will be allow if S3 have the file with KMS encryption. Will it allow or
Anything it will allow.
okay? Okay.
Yeah, if you connected to one schema, yes, can we create a table into another schema? Yeah, for example here, let me show you practically. So here it is connected to this database and public schema, right? Now I have another schema called, for example, let's say in a class database itself. So I have another schema called new schema. If I give like this class.new, this table will be created under this schema under this database. Where you need to execute this command, that particular database name, schema name, we are going to give it here. If you don't give this, then so we are going to directly execute this in the whatever it is selected here, whatever it is selected. Okay, is it clear now? Okay, good. Any other questions?
So day-to-day exercise files are not available in the drive, sir.
It is uploaded into drive. Just a minute. I will remind the organizer today.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
They will upload it.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Thanks for your time, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
See you
Good night.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir. Bye.
Bye. Bye.